Welcome to Close the Door and Come Here, a Song of Ice and Fire podcast with heavy leanings towards our two favorite characters, Jamie and Brienne. Hi, I'm Clotho. You can find me at Clotho Spindle on Blue Sky. And today I'm joined with Chicky.
Hey, I am Chicky, and I am Chicky on Blue Sky.
Guile.
Hi, I'm Guile. I'm Guile in Subterfuge on Blue Sky.
And Devin.
Hey, I'm Devin and GD Harpo on Blue Sky.
We're going to be discussing the third and final part of the Mystery Knight from A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. All our usual trigger warnings for any discussions of violence and or rape, and any potential spoiler discussions as well. We left off and now begin with Dunk emerging from Uther's tent after learning of the bribery, gambling plot to kill him, all this. And Egg has run off. And Dunk can't find him back at the tent. He knows something's wrong when he kind of first think, oh, maybe he just didn't want to see Thunder, given away. And but he knows when he can't find him at the tent that Egg wouldn't wander off like that. So he's searching for him. He comes across Sir Glendon at the stables, and he's said he's seen him run by not too long ago. They're they start discussing the horses and the armor that he's been winning, and he says at one point he can't remember how many horses, I don't know if he's facetious, but he doesn't know what number horse he's on. And it sounds pretty cool for the guy, he's making
Yeah,
he's making it good here.
He's whooping ass.
Yeah, he really is.
And so he also, it's a little moment here where he shares some of the stories, of his upbringing with Dunk, and he's sort of lamenting, no matter how hard he tries or how good he is, they're still not showing him any respect. I think they kind of mocked him when they first introduced him.
Well, they introduced him as Glendon. Now he calls himself Glendon Ball, and they introduced him as Glendon Flowers, which is absolutely
the Pussy Willows.
Of the Pussy Willows.
Pussy Willows, yes, which is the brothel he was raised in. So everybody wants him to know that he's a bastard. And the great irony of this is that they're all here because they were following a bastard. I mean, what?
Right.
What are we doing?
Bunch of hypocrites. Before Dunk leaves, he tells him that the Glendon Ball says that Lord Gorman had offered him a place at Starpike, and he'd warned him that a storm was coming, and in exchange he wanted him to lose to the Fiddler. But Glendon had refused and said, because it's kind of he's like, the dragon's eggs, he's winning so much, he's like, it's going to be mine anyway, why would I I'm going to do this, why would I do this anyway, there's no point. And so he's kind of, Dunk's sort of impressed that and he sort of says to him, you have two friends at least, in me and Egg, and he commends him for being a true knight because he didn't take that offer, and just fake a loss. And
well, it's funny how there are so many kind of little things about Glendon Ball that kind of harken back to Dunk. I mean, he's not quite as amazing and honorable as Dunk. Obviously, I don't think selling your sister's maidenhead so you can get a knighthood is
right.
But it's still the underdog, the bastard born, low-born guy trying to make his way. I mean, obviously,
we're Glendon really does have the skill. He actually is really good.
Yes.
Whereas Dunk is just really tall.
Oh, right. That's true.
Huge.
That's a good point. Yeah. So Dunk goes and confronts the Fiddler. Lord Allen is angry and shocked. He's there and he sees Dunk alive. And he invites Fiddler invites Dunk into his pavilion, but insists that Alan was even more enraged about. They leave Alan behind. You stay here. And Dunk confronts him, and he admits he's not a hedge knight. Gorman enters and states that his true name is going to be revealed soon, and he tells Gorman he dreamed of Dunk, and that he's saying Dunk's going to be on our side. And when John leaves and Gorman refers to him as his grace, he realizes he's dealing with another black dragon, another Blackfire rebellion. The Gorman's lays their plan out. It's wild because it's basically like it's when the villain tells you everything. They're going to try to kill you. It's like
these sloppy motherfuckers. Like, what are they doing?
Just lays it all out. Okay.
Just.
Oh gosh. So it's now when he leaves us, it's raining hard at this point. Um and he goes out to watch Damon joust. Now I think there's Sir Galtrey, and Sir Galtrey knocks Damon off his horse. And I think it was like 8 or 9 runs, I can't remember, like the 9th run. So um at this point, Alan slides up behind Dunk, and Gorman's already climbing up the Herald's platform and crying out that they were betrayed, that Bloodraven has a spy amongst us. It's got all hell's breaking loose. He shouts that the dragon's egg has been stolen. And he claims that one of the guards watching the egg had named his murderer, who had taken and also taken an egg before he died. So he points a finger at Glendon Ball.
I love it how for a minute here Dunk thinks they're going to accuse him because he's just so used to this sort of shit happening to him.
Right. Definitely could have went that way. And basically after these bloody and beaten, and Sir Glendon's like, they're tackling him. Why again? He has no reason that he was going to win this egg. Like, why would he do this? He's like, why would he steal it when he's getting ready to win it? Which is so obvious, like that any of these people didn't think of this. Like, why? It makes no sense. Alan tells Dunk to follow him if he wants to find egg, and he's steering him to this.
Never go to the secondary location.
Yes. Yes, that's so true.
It's like, how about you tell me where egg is first before I just follow you?
Before I follow you into a hidden, isolated location.
Also, like, sometimes when you see wells, I don't know if I'm imagining the wrong thing, but I'm thinking, how is it big enough to, like, I know they go deep, but aren't they always seem like they're a little tight. I was like, how's
I didn't think that with that one baby that fell down the well in the 80s. Like, we're like, how did she fit?
Baby Jessica.
I was like, how's Dunk gonna fit? I guess it must be a wide well that these big men with their armor and the other guy too, Oh gosh. And because they also said that Alan was on the bigger side too, right? Not as tall, but I think he didn't sound like a petite guy either.
Fiddler likes his bears.
Yeah. And so he's like, once they're there, Dunk's questioning, like, if is this over the dragon's egg, and he's like, this is about a dragon, not the egg. And he's like, do you think, like, I would let you steal him, is what he says. And immediately he admits to paying off the snail and gets a knife out on him. So this is all jealousy. Like, this was all him trying to get him out of the way. And it's sort of there's sort of like a fight. Like, at one point he has the knife to his back, I think, and Dunk turns, and he's trying to get him. At one point he's trying to get him to jump into the well.
I was like, God, Alan, like, lazy ass murderer. Like, you can't even murder him. You just want him to jump in.
Why are you giving him the option?
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
It's so weird.
And like, Dunk's super tall. Does Alan, who has never been here before, know how deep this well is? Do you have any knowledge about this?
Not yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, that would be hilarious if it was like really shallow.
And Dunk just jumped in and stood up.
Beat him. Oh gosh. So he's like absolute jealous rage, and he's trying to grab a loose stone. It's not coming off as easy, and he's twisting sideways, and it's kind of this, back and forth, and he ends up, I think, kicking. It sounds like he ends up bashing him a couple times and then kicking him, and he kicks Alan in the back and ends up down the well. And that's when Maynard Plum comes across the scene.
Which, how much of this did you watch, dude?
He was just watching. You know, he was just watching to see what happened.
Yes.
Just enjoying himself, just watching.
And it was so nice. Like I was thinking to myself, like, because I'd forgot that he actually tried to like Dunk tries to save Alan. He's like,
He's like,
maybe
"Should
like at
we
least 3
save him?"
times. Like maybe let's
And-
like get somebody help, get a rope.
And
Yeah.
Plum's like, he's gonna like A, he was trying to kill you. B, we're gonna kill him anyway. Like
Yeah,
he's a
let's just
traitor.
save him now to kill him later. Nah,
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, so yeah, so they just leave him there, he drowns.
I mean, when you think about like, you know, we know that like Bloodraven and Makar are these big rivals. And you think like Bloodraven is like looking at this dude that Makar lets his son go off with, just like
like
just-
what the fuck?
what a dumb, you let your son go off with this bumbling dumb fuck. Like,
I mean, he says it later.
yeah, he does.
Yep.
I mean, just like he has to go back to Makar and just be like, I guess you're just like mock him for this, you know?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh man. So he claims when he claims to be a friend when Dunk presses him about who he really is, and after cleaning Dunk's wound, because he seems he knows what he's doing. Like he's this guy, you know, you can tell he's been around. So like that's other clues that he's not.
Well, and like Dunk
your
is
average.
like mentions how when he's close to him, like it's weird. He looks weird.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, you
looking
can't.
at him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
Isn't there
so-
something about one of his eyes here? Isn't
Oh
it?
Yeah.
yeah, when
Where
he
he's-
first
Oh, right.
walks
Yeah.
up to Dunk, he it looks like he has the white eye until he gets up on him and Dunk's like, oh, it's just the moonstone brooch. He has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
then,
gosh.
like,
Yeah.
guy was saying, like when Dunk's looking at him, it's like he almost, I don't know if not real is the right way to say it. I forget the way Dunk explains it, but yeah, that he's even weird, hard to look at, I guess. Like shifty in a way, it seems.
Yeah, so it's definitely like it's so, you know, all the evidence is solid. But, you know, Dunk's just he's sitting there, he's cleaning his wound, and then he tells him the egg's in the sept. So
No, he
Dunk-
doesn't. He does not. Let's be clear.
Egg is with the gods.
So poor Dunk thinks Egg is dead.
Oh right. He says he's with the gods first. Right. Right. Yes. I think like
And does it more than once. And I'm just like, dude, really?
no. Why did I like skim over that? Just took
Well, and then when
Right.
Dunk's like, just tell me where he is. Don't
Yeah,
get
you're
real.
right. God. He tortures him. So I wonder if he's just like, oh God, let's put the fear in him so he won't do this again. That's a good God.
I also think Dunk is still concussed, but
Oh right.
True, that is true.
It's a mess. It's so fucking- Oh God. Oh, so he stops on the way. So he goes to try to find Egg, and he stops
Well,
to take
doesn't-
his. He does take
because
his arm
Plum
back. Right?
tells
For the-
him. Well, or Bloodraven tells him like, don't go unarmed.
Oh,
like,
right, and that's why he stops to get.
Yeah.
Okay, smart. Yeah. And then when he sees, because doesn't he see like the guys at Wells in the tent, and he's like, "Oh, are you gonna stop me?" He's like tries to like make a remark about like Dunk taking.
Like, don't
his
take
stuff.
the
Okay.
armor, and Dunk's like, yeah.
Dunk's just like, I have need of them. And he says, that's no good reason. And he's like, how about try and stop me and I'll kill you?
Yeah.
They're over there. I don't care for that. Take them.
God. So he goes to this. The sept is such a weird, like how they were. I was trying to envision it. Like they describe him like, he goes in and he sees Lord Ambrose kneeling in prayer in front of the crone, and he points out that he's done. He's like, I haven't done the boy any harm, and he blames it all on Peak, and he takes Egg. This is he takes Egg aside and finds out that Egg had already told them that Maegor had sent them there to spy and was on his way with an army. Because he's basically like, was he saying like, I don't know if he thinks it or he says it, but something about he had learned you're supposed to be more frightening than frightened, so he kind of scared them.
Yeah,
so
I
bad.
think this is a pretty good bluff in the moment for Egg to come up with.
So good.
Yeah.
And Black Tom Heddle, who I guess he's it's like son-in-law? Or
Yeah, he's Butterwell's
Yeah.
son-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah.
He bursts in with a dozen men-at-arms, and he's ordering them to take Egg. And Butterwell's still so terrified of what's going to happen. Is like tries to stop them and halts the guards, so they don't know who to listen to, Butterwell or Heddle, and then a huge fight breaks out. Tom Heddle starts fighting with Dunk, and he kills him. He kills Black Tom, and so
I love at the beginning of this that Black Tom is just like so arrogant because he's seen Dunk joust, so he thinks this will be easy.
Oh yeah.
And Dunk is like, well, you've never seen me with a sword. And that is very true because this is, anytime Dunk can get within arm's reach of somebody, they're a goner, pretty much.
Well, and doesn't he like he gets his arm with his shield, I think. Or no, maybe not his shield, the sword. Like he cuts his arm off first.
Oh yeah, he cuts his arm off.
Yeah. I think that's actually what kills him, though, or at least what I read is that when he cuts his arm off, like it's kind of over after that, and he bleeds out. And it's just so interesting that Black Tom, I mean, seems like not maybe fully in armor and everything, but he at least has some protection. Dunk only has his shield.
Oh shit! Yeah,
just a
I
shield
forgot.
sword.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. And so Dunk. Then after this, like, so Dunk tells Egg to go with Butterwell, but he's like, you need to get away from him when you're far enough away. Don't stay with this man.
Like they're gonna go riding, yeah.
Right. So
yeah, he's telling Egg to go all the way to Summerhall at this point, or all the way to King's Landing. Is that what he tells him to do?
Yeah.
No, I think he tells him a maiden pool instead because it's closer.
Okay. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but either way, I was like, you shouldn't be telling him to leave at all. I don't feel, Dunk.
It seems, I don't know what's
why,
worse.
but I feel like the best place for him to be is right here with you.
Yeah.
Because how would you even find out if anything happened? Yeah, that's a good point. So Dunk enters the main hall afterwards and finds Sir Kyle drinking. He yells, "Your Grace," and finally, Damon, and he turns and smiles at him, and Dunk asks for justice for Glendon Ball, and Dunk tells them to bring there's a whole little discussion here where Dunk's like, bring the dragon's egg out, examine it yourself, and it's nothing but a pain, because I think he's remembering when he held it that it felt like, I think at that point, I don't know if it had already been replaced or something. If they mentioned something about him remembering, so I don't know if he's remembering that it felt like the real egg, and so he knows it's a fake, or that he's just saying that he'll see it's nothing but a painted stone.
Yeah, I think it's just probably him having a concept that they probably did not actually put the real dragon egg in the guy's saddlebags or whatever. So I think he knows it might be missing for real as well. So, but this is another one of those where, we've done a lot of Dunk the Lunk, thick as a castle wall stuff in this story, but there are some things that Dunk misses, but he does kind of get some good ideas here, and this is one of them. Like, hey, I bet that dragon egg is fake is a pretty good thought to have.
Once he finally gets it all figured out, he has some pretty good ideas from there, like when he realizes what's happening.
Yeah.
And Dunk always seems to think the best of people, and that gets him in so much trouble, but in this case he does, he clocks Damien that he's not a horrible person.
Yeah.
And he's going to use that here.
Yeah, and Damon isn't a horrible person here. Damon actually is interested in the justice of this situation.
Right. Because he looks, they mention that he looks almost like shocked and frightened almost. He doesn't he's because the hall sort of all this chaotic people
When you
erupting and
see like
shout.
they bring Sir Glendon back, and you can they've torn off 3 of his fingernails, and he's beat to hell and stuff. His teeth are knocked out. Ugh.
Yeah, because I think because he does when he brings him back right here, right, and he says he's
Yeah,
gonna fight him 1-on-1 and let
yeah.
like the gods determine guilt or innocence. So I mean, oh, like that's base like I don't know if that's like foolish or what that is there because he's seen that guy can really. Well, I guess he's so beat up. I don't know how I can fight at this point, but um, which here we go. The hedge knights are tending and cleaning him up, and it really sounds bad, like really bad, as they're like trying to just. He's like, can you at least? Dunk looks kind of nervous at some point. Can you hold anything in your hand? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you
Oh God. When he
No.
asks him if he can even hold the lance, that's
right?
a really
Right.
sad part. And I love that moment where Dunk is thinking, well, I know how to be a squire, so he's helping him get into his armor and stuff. It's just really kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah. And when they're out there, Damon chooses the war lance, but Dunk smartly gives Glendon the 12. He's looking for the length of it, a 12-foot long turning lance, because he's like basically aim true. He's not going to ever touch you if you can get this on him first. Knock
As
him off
anyone with a taller brother knows.
Well, I love how he gets this from Baylor, like
Yeah.
this little piece of
Great call.
strategy that he's still hauling around and using.
Yeah. And that's what happens. Glendon unseats Damon, and he's covered in mud. Like, he looks like a fool, basically. People, when they help him to his feet, like, they're yelling the brown dragon, shouting it and laughing.
I love that that's
Which
what
is hilarious.
Quickly dispatches of him.
Oh, oh my gosh. Um, so as Dunk and Sir Kyle are helping Sir Glendon down, like a trumpet, blows and an army's outside the castle, rising from the morning mist. Very dramatic. Bloodraven himself had come to White Walls. Um, so and we get this description of what sort of happens. Like Damon can't get anybody to fight for him. Like, he tries, but he ends up just riding out, kind of pitiful, riding out alone and challenging Bloodraven, who just basically had a whole bunch of men grab him and put him in, they call it golden fetters. And uh, they said Sir Roland Craycall found Dunk in the late afternoon, and when they approached, brought him back to Bloodraven's pavilion, they found Gorman's head and Tom Heddle's head on spears. And this is sort of
I love this that Dunk gets just rounded up with all the other prisoners, like all just the lowborn prisoners.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. So they thought he was just like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he was just with the prisoners.
And also that they took the time to just, because Tom Edel was already dead, and they just took the time to
To get his head off, yeah.
Let's put it up there too, like they killed him. Oh gosh. So, and he thinks when he sees him, he's like, that's the man who slew Roger of Pennytree. So he gets some satisfaction out of that,
Well, it's funny because in the future it's the peak uprising that's where Maker and the one of the Lannister twins dies.
Oh my gosh.
So those effing peaks.
Oh my god. This causes problems. Oh my god. Yeah, I had to look up where that was at. It was like near the mountains, like bordering Dorne. Like, I wasn't sure where that was.
I think so, yeah.
And so Egg is inside, as was the Lords Frey and Butterwell. And I think Walder's there too. I think they mentioned
He's like sitting on his lap being annoying. I mean, I think like the text is basically like his annoying son annoyingly sitting on his annoying lap,
Oh god. It's hilarious. And he's so he basically, what he tells Butterwell is he can keep 1/10 of his wealth, but he's gonna tear it out. Like, it sounds like such a pretty place too. Like,
I know.
tear the whole thing down. Like, it's like he's sort of, the logic is that, I mean, I don't know. I think people could use the ruins. He's like, if we get rid of it, then people can't. Because what he's saying, people would bring flowers or something to
Yeah,
parts of
they'll
Red
go to
Field
Red
and
Grass Field and put
because
flowers where
memorial.
people are
they
making
fell.
pilgrimages to the red grass field, so he wants to avoid that.
And then he just is there any reason to this? Like he tells Lord Frey he's going to speak to him later. Do we know if there's any significance to that, or just trying to
Probably because the Freys were in on it with him to like probably seeing just how far people would take it.
Oh, okay.
So the Freys were like double agents, kind of, I suspect here.
That's cool.
Yeah, phrase being phrase.
Those Weasley Freys. Frey's gonna fray.
An earned reputation at this point.
So Dunk explains to Bloodraven that they just sort of like, because he was like, oh, how do you find yourself? He's like, they just sort of blundered into it, like, which is perfect description, like the rebellion, like they didn't pick up on it like early in, or maybe Egg might have earlier.
I know. I love how Bloodraven was like, I was just kind of watching to see what you were doing here. Like, he was just observing to see what they were up to.
At one point, Bloodraven refers to Butterwell as Butterbutt.
Yes! I love that. It's like Jamie with Baylor Butthole.
I mean, Bloodraven and Egg are such a great combo, honestly. Like, I just feel like Bloodraven must secretly just adore him.
Egg even being like, Sir Duncan and I had things handled before you even showed up.
Oh my god.
Well, an Egg like demanding that Glendon Ball and Kyle the cat and Maynard Plum be brought out and rewarded, mind you. Like
oh, at least that was good that he did that. I was happy about that.
Yeah.
And Bloodraven sort of points out about the dream, like the Damon got the dragon wrong and looks to Egg, like in his dream.
The egg hatching into a dragon. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Egg insists, he's like, it's his place. Like, cause I think this is where we were talking about, he questions like why the heck he would let him run around with it. But he's like, no, like my place is with Sir Duncan, and Bloodraven accepts that. He's like, not, doesn't really, he's like, okay. Says they're free to go. Dunk asks about
Damon. They get a loan though.
Right.
They also Egg gets him to give him a loan, so they have some money.
That's good.
You know that half of this is just about Egg wanting to eat better as they continue on their journey.
That's all it is.
And like I said, just wanting Thunder back if he's still there.
But it's mostly about eating better and getting to bed every now and
Absolutely that.
Where are we in Blood? Like, what would Bloodraven have seen by now as far as like future stuff? Like, because he's dabbling in magic, but is he at the point where, because he like just letting them go? I mean, I just always think that what does he know? What has he already seen or could have possibly seen in the future to where he knows ultimately they need to go, I guess.
Yeah, because it's like he's at a point where he's doing these glamours, and we know that Shira Seastar is considered to be a witch at this point, so you can consider that probably whatever either of them knows, the other one knows.
I mean, I think like people think that perhaps Bloodraven had something to do with Aegor and Aegora, or not Aegora, that'd be a horrible name. Aelor and Aelora, who are Rhaegal's children, like there's the rumors that maybe he had something to do with them dying.
Yeah.
And like I would say the only way that would be true is if there was some prophecy that specifically the prince who was promised or whatever had to come from Maker's line. And like since Ares is still alive and like doing okay, presumably, like this is quite a ways, I think, before Maker's king. So
okay.
Yeah, well, and I think there's some kind of implication that when Bloodraven is sent to the wall, right?
Oh, he gets more powerful and more seeing.
He gets more into the dark stuff, I think, is But he
Well, that would make
clearly,
sense.
I mean, you can't get away with this glamour. I mean, like it's not like he just fooled like everyone else and Dunk with this glamour. He fooled Egg, who knows him
Yeah.
who's known him his whole life. So he clearly is pretty good at the magic at this point. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think it takes a darker turn later on in the story.
And I guess like it seems like to the thing where Varys sort of hiring was sort of same thing, because isn't he sort of hinting here because I think Dunk ends it by asking like, who took the dragon's egg, and Bloodraven suggests a child could have fit up it's like they call it the shaft, or I guess the bathroom of the prison
Yeah.
shaft.
Or a
And then
dwarf.
yeah, that's what Dunk
Yeah.
I
so
mean,
there's probably the dwarves were working for
yeah. And I
yeah.
think like, we started talking over you and you were talking about Dunk or Egg asking about what was going to happen to Damon. And it's like at this point, Bloodraven is like, the thing is he's not seeking supernatural solutions. He's like going to political solutions. So he's, like, I'm going to keep Damon alive because then they can't name his little brother like the next real king. So, he's more useful to me alive, blah, blah, blah.
Smart,
And so,
yeah.
he's doing it based on like his own smarts and like political savvy and not like prophecy magic at this point.
Strategy. Because like
Yes.
there in the first part when Egg and Dunk first meet Maynard Plum, part of what they're talking about when they're slagging off Bloodraven is that he hasn't done anything about the Greyjoys raiding along the west coast. And, Maynard Plum, who is actually Bloodraven, says, well, Bloodraven is worried about ships coming over from
from the east,
and like actually says what's happening and why he's doing what he's doing. So yeah, I agree with you, Val. I think he's mostly trying to do political strategy at this point, and the magic seems to be just kind of like a useful tool at times. And then clearly, obviously, sometime later in his life, it takes a turn and it's all magic all the time.
Well, I mean, you get to be like 100 and some. It's like they got,
They're long lived. These ones that live, the ones that don't die, like unexpectedly live a long time. Oh gosh. Okay. Do we have any mail for this?
Yes, we do have one piece of mail from Buck O'Hare on Discord. Can I just say I'm loving these hour-long episodes because everyone is having fun and loving the show.
Oh, it was fun to do the TV show.
It really was.
And like, obviously it'll be really, 2 years from now when they are presumably doing the mystery night. I mean, there's so many good characters to cast in this novella. It'll be fun to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Everything they can do with the second season, but just everything they can do with flashbacks, because now that they've introduced it, there's so much there that I really look forward to as far as the show goes.
And John the Fiddler, what a fun. Actually, Uther Underling would be like a really fun character. And I mean, Butterbutt would be fun. Like, I mean, the Frey Bride, and like, there's just really, just like some delightful characters. And then, I sort of feel bad that they can't just recast the guy who played Raymond Fossaway to play. Although, actually, the guy who played Stefan Fossaway is sort of what I would imagine Mr. Glendon actually being like, like not as attractive, but like that kind of like prickly and, tough.
Well, and you kind of imagine, it seems like, the numbers, the viewing numbers on A Night of the Seven Kingdoms were not what Game of Thrones was, obviously, but in this current time, those were great numbers that they were getting on that show. And so I would imagine they'd be able to get some really cool, not that they haven't already had that, but probably get some bigger names to do some of these parts by the third season.
Well, and that they only have to commit to a single season, I think also helps. Like, they can have whoever they want, probably.
I think the word of mouth is starting. I think they're sort of becoming like, now that it's finished, because I even saw mention like one of my daughters really likes Dan and Phil, the YouTubers, and they mentioned the Night of Seven Kingdoms on there. So like I feel like it's like bleeding into a lot of different areas where it's not just
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's really, people really like it. So it's it's a good sign. Okay. Any last thoughts? Just I don't want to cut off at any of this one. I guess we're gonna we're gonna be discussing more about overall feeling, but
So now that we've kind of gone through the novellas again, anyone want to re-rank or rank them in your fave to least fave?
Oh God.
So I've always been the first one was always my favorite because it's just the introduction to this story, these characters. So like it always just kind of had that special place in my heart. But now I do think, so it would be the first one, then it was Mystery Night, and then Sworn Sword was last. But now I think the Mystery Night is just so much fun that I do think it is. I might have it slightly above the Hedge Knight.
There's just so much lore in the Mystery Night that it's hard not to really kind of dig into it a little more. I'm kind of with you. I mean, oh God. I mean, definitely the Sworn Sword is number 3 for me. That's not really in question. The Hedge Knight was always my favorite, but I really enjoyed this time through. I enjoyed the Mystery Night so much more than I ever have before.
Mm-hmm.
And
The Sworn Sword was always my favorite because I love the banter.
uh-huh.
And but then reading the Mystery Night again, I was like, oh no, I love the mystery. Like I love the Mystery Night the most. And then it's between I feel like the show kind of put the Hedge Knight ahead of the Sworn Sword for me.
I know it's going to be interesting too to see once we get the other ones how we'll feel about that.
Yeah.
The melding of the shows and the books.
Can I just say it has been a joy and a privilege to do episodes about these novellas. I mean, this has been absolutely, we've been having the time of our lives. I feel like it's been a while since we had this much fun on this podcast.
Yes.
It's been so nice.
I saw a Dance with Dragons on the schedule for today, and I was like, okay, that's already
vacation time.
Let's have 6 different companies of soldiers, all with stupid names and uniforms.
Oh God.
Oh. Okay, you can reach us at closethedoor and at gmail.com. On Tumblr at closethedoor can come here at tumblr.com. Submit questions to the chapter threads on the Jamie and Brienne subreddit. Follow us on Blue Sky at Close the Door and Blue Sky Social. And please like, review, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and wherever you might listen. And please support us on Patreon at Close the Door. I'm closing the door. Get out.